When we talk about synchronization, it should be noted that if you're just using ACT on your own PC, that you may not need to worry about synchronization at all. So synchronization isn't a topic that everybody needs to know. On the other hand, if you are using ACT on multiple PCs and you want those PCs to synchronize some or all of the data on the database, then you need to know a little bit about synchronization. But you should also know that many of the synchronization tools in ACT 2006 run automatically. In other words, ACT simply responds to what it sees. For example, I restarted my computer and then restarted ACT, and I had my PDA in the cradle. Now ACT sees the PDA and it says, well, the wizard wants to help you establish a partnership between your mobile device and this computer. And you could set that up as a standard partnership, or you could set that up as a guest partnership. If you want to set it up as a standard partnership, that means you just want to synchronize data between the device and the computer. And if you want to set it up as a guest partnership, it means you want to allow the possibility of moving files back and forth. In other words, I want to copy and move information between the device, I want to add, remove programs and restore, or I want to back up an image on the device. In other words, it means that you want ACT to recognize the device, but you don't necessarily want to synchronize data. Now, I didn't do anything in order for that to come up, except just make sure that my PDA was in the cradle and was where the computer could see it. ACT has recognized that the system is there. Now, if I say I want to set up a standard partnership and click on Next, then it says, okay, well, you can synchronize data such as email messages and calendar items and all the different things that you do on your PDA, and you can synchronize that with ACT at your desktop as well. So is that what you want to do? Do you want to synchronize with this desktop computer, or are you in a network where maybe you want to synchronize with an Exchange server? If you say you want to synchronize with an Exchange server, then of course it's going to ask you for the Exchange server information. So if I click on Exchange server, click on Next, it'll say, okay, well, what's the server name, what's your username, what's your password, what's your domain? And again, this is something that certainly not everybody is going to want to be able to do or going to have to be able to do. Only the administrator of the network, and that may be more specific to your network. So what we're going to do in regards to synchronization is we're going to focus on the major tasks that have to do with synchronization and just give you an overview of the types of things that you need to be aware of with synchronization. The first thing being determining the setup connection method. We'll take a look at some different setup connection methods that we can use to synchronize computers. The second would be defining the users, and then determining which contacts would be synchronized, and then determining what will be synchronized about those contacts, and then finally setting up the environment. So we're going to take a look at each one of these aspects of synchronization, and we'll start off with determining the setup connection method next.